We are less than a month from the midterm elections, and so as a public service to you, we're continuing our focus on the swampiness of candidates on the ballot in November. This time, it's two Democrats in vital Senate races. Tennessee's Phil Bredesen and Indiana's Joe Donnelly at tonight's Swamp Watch. The Kavanaugh confirmation battle seems to have fired up many Americans on both sides of the fight, and one of them was no less than music superstar Taylor Swift, who plunged into the fray last week with her first ever political endorsement. She couldn't possibly vote for conservative Trump supporter Marsha Blackburn in her home state's key Senate race, Taylor Swift announced. Vote for Democrat Phil Bredesen, she told her 112 million Instagram followers. Bredesen, didn't anyone tell Taylor Swift about his record on sexual harassment? This endorsement might just end up with teardrops on her guitar. In 2005, while serving as governor of Tennessee, Bredesen employed a lobbyist as his senior advisor for legislation and policy. That's already pretty swampy. But worse, this lobbyist was suspended for workplace harassment. When local reporters began investigating the incidents that led to the suspension, they were shocked to find that state investigators had literally shredded all the notes that had been taken during an internal investigation. The top investigator reportedly admitted to being, quote, keenly aware that documentation would have been later requested as public records. Bredesen denied covering up harassment in his office, arguing it was all part of an effort to protect the identities of victims. Because Democrats really care about that, of course. Just ask Dianne Feinstein. Then, Governor Bredesen told reporters at the time, "There's nothing to be covered up here," but admitted, "I don't have any way of proving that to you." You can say that again, and in fact, he kind of had to, because the same thing happened again. Just 2 months later, Bredesen's Department of Corrections Commissioner, Quentin White, resigned amid sexual harassment accusations. Governor Bredesen confirmed a sexual assault allegation from 2004, but said investigators found no corroboration of the claim. Guess what happened to those investigation notes? They were shredded too. Can you imagine what Democrats would have said if this had happened with Brett Kavanaugh? "Oh, we did an investigation into Christine Blasey Ford's allegations, but we can't tell you about it because someone shredded the notes." I think Democrats would be shredding whoever said that. And surely they'd be shredding whoever said this. At the time of the Tennessee state government sexual harassment scandals, a senior official acknowledged the problem, but then said, quote, "Any time you mix men and women together in a work environment, there's going to be issues." Great. And guess who said that? None other than Taylor Swift's new political heartthrob, Democratic Senate candidate Phil Bredesen. I've got no problem with Taylor Swift getting political, but if she's going to pose as a champion for women and a supporter of the Me Too movement, it might be an idea for her not to endorse men whose motto for official sexual harassment claims amounts to "shake it off." While we're on the subject of hypocrisy, check out this man, the Democratic senator running for re-election in Indiana, Joe Donnelly. He's repeatedly criticized his Republican opponent, Mike Braun, over business dealings with China. Take a look at one of Donnelly's campaign ads on the topic.
This is Mike Braun's global network of foreign auto parts suppliers. He uses foreign workers in Mexico, Taiwan, all across China. In a debate, Braun tried to hide it.
"I don't know where they get them made. We distribute them."
Come on, Mike, this is your company website. Click here. It's even in Chinese. You list more than 200 foreign suppliers.
Come on, Mike. How about come on, Joe? You'd think, wouldn't you, that a candidate attacking his opponent for importing products from China would not, in fact, himself be importing products from China. I mean, no one could be that stupid and hypocritical, could they? Oh dear. Turns out that Senator Joe Donnelly has owned significant stakes in a family business run by his brother called Stewart Superior Corp., a company that has, received repeated shipments of goods from China. Between 2011 and 2017, Stewart Superior received more than 120,000 pounds of Chinese materials, spread out across more than 20 shipments. Senate financial records show that Donnelly collected dividend payments from the company worth somewhere between $15,000 and $50,000 just in 2016. So, swampy Senator Joe Donnelly criticizes his opponent for making money from Chinese imports and then does exactly the same thing himself. With hypocrisy like that, the next thing you know, he'll be endorsed by Taylor Swift. Tell us what you think on social media at NextRevFNC and at Steve Hilton X.